Yo, what up? You can just put me in the background, you don't have to actually watch the video. So today I'm going to be talking about Swoll. He recently got into a controversy about him being racist, which I find totally outrageous. If you do not know who Swoll is a person, a character that has been posting on TikTok. Most of his TikToks, all of his TikToks are overwhelmingly positive.
Where these three young men film this man changing in a locker room, I talked to this gym. Now, what's really sad is I get it. They're young kids, they're gonna make mistakes, and almost everybody takes photos in the locker room at the gym. And keep your phones away in the locker room, especially if there's people around. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
So because you take your shirt off in the middle of a crunch gym, putting your phone in the walkway to flex, you feel entitled where nobody can walk by, and if they do, you get to call them an effing dummy and post them on social media. My goal is to make the gym a safer, better place for everyone to feel comfortable so they can go and better themselves. I hope you learn to do better, young man, and respect people. Mind your own business.
They are either speaking out for people who cannot speak out for themselves or who do not have a platform, against people that are toxic, against people that misrepresent them, and defending people that are innocent, defending people that have done nothing wrong. And then, whenever Hulk Hogan died, which he recently did, he posted a video of him basically cosplaying Hulk Hogan, and a lot of people are calling him a racist because Hulk Hogan was a racist. And then Swoll goes on to Instagram Live, or TikTok Live, excuse me, to talk about Hulk Hogan, that he made one mistake 20 years ago, which he apologized for, and and this is what pissed off the snowflakes, is he said, if you are gonna come after me, you should come after the colored creators that also posted about him.
If you're gonna attack me, you better go after the colored athletes and the people that are black and minority that went and posted him as well.
Colored?
A lot of people are mad about him using the word colored, which I find outrageous. This is one point on a graph. You need multiple points to draw a line. And the single other controversy that he's been part of, he was affiliated with a company called Shreds, who had multiple influencers signed and photoshopping their photos. They also sold cookie cutter programs. Eventually, after being outed for the above, they disappeared, and it seems Joey has turned things around for himself at least. Basically, he was signed to this company, and this company had partners and has signed other people that were basically disingenuous and that were fraudulent. In my own opinion, I think that it's fraudulent to sell courses whenever you are photoshopping yourself. This is the only controversy that he's been in, and besides this new controversy, and I think that this is outrageous. The man cannot control what the company signs with. Sure, you can see that the man shouldn't have signed with that company, but at the end of the day, I do not think that promoting like a clothing brand or whatever, like a supplement company or whatever, that is not breaking or doing anything illegal, I do not think that this man should be held accountable for other people's actions. Straight up, especially whenever he speaks out against so much wrongdoings in the gym community. And I know a lot of y'all will be like, oh my god, I cannot believe this fat gamer is talking about this, but I want to talk about this because I feel like it's such a bad treatment of this wonderful person. Only wonderful things I've seen about him. Even if it's a persona, I do not care. I do not care if he's actually a racist and he hates people or whatever. I cannot find that out. I am not God. I'm not like a fly and I can watch everything that he does and says. What I can speak on and what I can form a conclusion on is what the actual impact of his content is, which is massively positive, massively, and I'm not exaggerating. So flaming this man for saying colored people is crazy. Sure, you might say that is out of pocket or whatever. I wouldn't think so, personal opinion. Sure, I can see you saying that this is not something that he should have done, which he apologized for, literally the grown man crying on stream.
I didn't mean anybody. There was nothing racist about that. Wow, I said that. Good for you.
The man is quite apologetic, and a lot of people will be like, he only did this because he's losing followers. And I'm going to be telling you this straight up. I do not think that this is something... he noticed that he was wrong because he was losing followers. I do not think that this is something that you should put the man on a cross for. A lot of people, whenever they do not get outward reaction to their negative behavior, they do not think that is negative. I wouldn't call him a racist or a bigoted or whatever person just because he only started talking about this whenever it gained traction. Then if we hold it against him for doing this, I want you people to hold it against every single human being on this earth that does this the same. I do not want this to be used only discriminately against him. I want this to be used against literally almost every streamer that gets into a controversy, waits for the hate threads and whatever, and for it to gain traction on the internet. Kind of like Ludwig with his friend getting him drunk. He waited until the controversy was peaking and the people were talking shit about it, and everybody that was present knew it was wrong, but they waited until the subject was popular and people said that it was wrong for them to score easy layups, which I find as absolutely a parasitic, spineless jellyfish behavior. I do not want to talk about that though. If the man had no ill intent behind his behavior, how would he know that it was wrong until he got outward reaction? If he didn't think anything of it, if he's not racist and he thinks, oh, this is just a word that I use, or oh, this is totally fine, he has no racist connotations with this wording that he used, how would he know to respond to that? How would he know to apologize to that without getting outward reaction? Always, whenever you dissect these people's logic, you always find them as doing mental gymnastics. They don't have logic, period. They just split, they just go from one conclusion to the other. You just want to tear a person down. You just want to tear a person down that has been overwhelmingly positive in the gym community. How many people has he helped? How many people has he inspired? How many people has he spoken truly with? Especially about stuff that is sensitive in the gym community. Whenever he does this little slip up, which in my own opinion, not even a big deal compared to what other people do. For example, I do not think that Joey Swoll should be called a racist whenever Dr. Umar exists in this world. I do not want to hear that. Whenever Dr. Umar exists, he says, no bunny behavior, oh, Neanderthal, whatever, you should, oh, snow bunnies, whatever, whenever he's blatantly racist towards white people and Asian people. No, mask off, literally racist towards these people. And Joey Swoll says colored people or colored creators, and you give him flack for that. I don't want to hear it about that. These are the same people that are going to be racist towards white people or European people. Then they are not going to call it racist because racism is systematic or some bullshit excuse. I don't want to hear this. You are tearing a wonderful man down. Internet is filled with these kinds of people, and the best thing to do on the internet is to not bleed. It's kind of like the chicken that is bleeding dilemma, you know? Once you bleed as a chicken, they will just peck you until you die. On the internet, you should not bleed, period. Best solution to these kinds of problems is to literally not address them, period. I want to defend Joey Swoll. I really like the man. I respect the man. I do not think that he deserves this at all. And if in the future it comes out that he is actually racist, I want to say that this is with the context that I have right now. A lot of people always, whenever something after the fact comes out, they say, oh, I could see it in him. Oh, I can. No, you can't. No, you can't. So this is why I want to say this, is because a lot of people say, oh, you could have blatantly saw it on him or whatever. No, you can't. You can only judge with whatever information you have in your hands right at this moment. And this is the conclusion that I form with the information that I have in my hands right at this moment. A lot of these people that say, oh, you saw that person was a serial killer a mile away, or oh, that person, oh, you saw that he was a school shooter or whatever. I see a lot of these people on Twitter, but Twitter is a cesspool, so I don't think they actually count. But I just want to address this quickly. You are not some Nostradamus. You do not figure, you are not some great psychologist that can figure people out through their mannerisms. No, you are not. Stop acting smart. And I know a lot of people who say you are acting smart, little bro. True, but I can do it. It's my own channel, okay? You are asking for this by watching. What does the man do on Instagram Live once people start attacking him? He defends himself instinctively. He says stuff like, oh, I always speak out against discrimination, racism. I made various videos about this. I even bought a black girl a gym membership because she was discriminated against, and people are calling that racist. It's kind of like saying, oh, I have a black friend or whatever.
You see me supporting racism. I've literally done videos against racism. I bought a black girl a gym membership that was being discriminated against at the gym. People are attacking. This is the internet, guys. People only love you until they can find something to try and tear you down about. And that's okay. Who is posting about the fact that I said, God, I didn't mean anything bad by saying colored. I didn't mean anything bad by that. So if that was wrong, I apologize. Somebody already educated me on that. But if that's what you want to be upset with me about, I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm sorry, you are a snowflake. You do not have actual problems in your life. If you think that is racist, straight up, Have not seen real racism. You people have not seen real racism. You have not seen actual racism in your life. You think that somebody saying a racist slur towards you, or somebody slightly implying in your misconstrued ideology or misconstrued head that is so filled with radical beliefs, you constantly do mental gymnastics to misconstrue what he actually said, and then you call that racism. That is you being crazy. That is not him being racist. You have not seen actual racism in your life. In your life, you have not seen actual racism. What is going on in America is not racism. It's classism. This affects minorities mostly because they don't have they don't have previous generations to basically be pillars or a base for their own generation. That is why it's discriminate against black people. But for you guys, for you Americans, it's a class issue. It's not a race issue. I don't want to hear it from Americans about racism. Americans don't have racism. Americans have literally, like, I think Americans have more racism towards white people than towards black people in there. This is gonna be a topic that is very sensitive for y'all, so I will not delve way too deeper into this. Yeah, anyway. I have talked long enough to do a bit of... I researched this slightly. Didn't want to do a pirates software situation where I defended him because I thought he was just being like a person, and I thought that he was being mistreated just for being an arrogant person, and I defended him. Found out that he, a lot more stuff that he did, a lot of more stuff, a lot more lies that he did. I didn't want to get caught red-handed again, so I did a bit of research on this, and I found just that one situation. Him being signed to that company, and other than that, other than some feminist women that are actually misandrous talking against him, there was no actual controversy towards him, So yeah, if something else comes up, I will definitely talk about it, but stop harassing Joey Swoll. Take care of yourself and have a nice day.